Hello guys, welcome to my new video double entry bookkeeping system. In this video, we are going to learn about the double entry bookkeeping system, what is an account, and then the three golden rules of accounting and all the stuff related to this. First, we are going to start with the basic concept what is double entry bookkeeping system. So this system is developed by Italian mathematician Luca di Bargo Piccoli in 1494. So this system is very old as per our concern, but we are adopting this system because this system is very systematic and known for its accuracy, which is essential for accounting. Therefore, we are adopting this double entry bookkeeping system. In this system, we are giving two effects for each transaction, that is debit and credit. The next important thing is it provides complete and accurate information about financial position. Complete information and accurate information is must for financial statements. Therefore, this system is good for providing all type of financial information. The next thing is what is accounts? This question is faced by students many times, but they are unaware of this. Therefore, I am including this slide, what is an account. So, the account is summarized record of a transaction affecting one person, one kind of property, or class of gain or loss. In our previous video, we discussed what do you mean by transaction. So, in simple words, account is a summarized record of the transaction. Account has two sides. Left hand side is called as debit side and right hand side is called as credit side. Next slide is classification of accounts. In this process of bookkeeping, we have to classify accounts in some categories. Accounts is broadly categorized under two categories, personal account and impersonal accounts. Personal accounts are further classified into natural person, artificial person, and representative personal accounts. And impersonal accounts are further classified into real accounts and nominal accounts. Personal accounts. The first type of personal account is natural personal accounts. So natural person means individual human being like Ramesh, Suresh, Subhash, Pooja, Roy, Tom, Dick, Harry, any means accounts related to humans is covered under this category. That is a natural personal accounts. Next is artificial personal account. So artificial persons are organizations that are recognized as an artificial person by law. Many times students with lack of knowledge, they consider the artificial person as a clone. So no, my students. Artificial person is a person who is recognized as an artificial person for business by law, like a sports club, library, hospital, insurance company, Bank of Maharashtra, etc. Entities which can enter into a transaction by their name are called as artificial person. For example, when you are opening a bank account into a Bank of Maharashtra, that time Bank of Maharashtra is treated as an artificial person. A representative personal accounts is those accounts which represent a group of personal accounts like outstanding expenses. For example, employee's salary is due but not paid. that is called as outstanding salary. It covers salary due to many employees. So here we are not showing each and individual employee's account. Instead of that, we can show only one account, that is outstanding salaries. Here this account represents a number of personal accounts. Like this, there is prepaid expenses account, debtors account, creditors account, etc. Now, what is the rule for personal account? As I already said that personal accounts are related to a person only. So in business, person is either receiver or giver. Therefore, rule of personal account is very simple. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Like that you can learn this rule. In this image, we can see that we have to make debit for receiver and credit for giver. Okay? So, what he can give or receive, that is cash, goods or any other asset. What he can give or receive, that is cash, goods or any other asset. Next is real account. This type of accounts is related to all assets, tangible as well as intangible, which we discussed in our last video. And rule for real account is debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. For example, we purchased furniture of rupees 20,000 for cash. In this transaction, furniture comes in, therefore furniture account is debited and cash goes out, so the cash account is credited. Next is the nominal accounts. Nominal accounts deals with expenses and losses and income and gains. All the terms we already cleared in our previous video. So rule for nominal account is debit all expenses and losses, credit all income and gains. Debit all expenses and losses, credit all income and gains. In this image, we can see that electricity bill, telephone bill, house rent, other expenses, fuel, all these are expenses, so we have to give debit for it. And when income or gain generated from business, we have to give credit for it. So my friends, we are going to revise these rules for personal account. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Debit the, credit the, right. Then real account, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Debit what, credit what, good. And for nominal account, debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. Debit all expenses and losses, credit all income and gains. Debit all, credit all. Very good. So in next video, we are going to see how to pass journal entries. We will start with what is journal entry and how we are going to pass journal entries for the variety of transaction. So be ready to enter into the world of accounting. If you have any doubt or query, then you can drop a message in comment box. Thank you.